Comics on location.
Hello again and welcome to another Comics on Location. We're just literally about 5 minutes from Lisa's house in Forest Hill, South London. This is the day after we went to Hyde Park to see Rima the Jungle Girl, so I'm cracking on with these Comics on Location videos pretty well. We're going to do something today for William Henry Pratt. He was an actor. Born 23rd November 1887, he died the 2nd of February 1969, which is the year that both me and Lisa were born. He died about 6 days before Lisa was born, and about 7 months before I was born. And I think all the comics I've got are all from after he died, to be honest, but yeah, it doesn't really matter to make a difference. But yeah, you'll know this guy by a different name probably, but you'll find out when we get to his blue plaque, and I'll show you some comics. It's rather a steep hill here, possibly one of the highest points in the area because there's like a radio mast of some sort that we're approaching, and you should be able to see a good view. How do I get under this view? Here we go. I won't turn anymore. I thought it'd turn more than that. Should be a good view of London behind us, and Lisa huffing and puffing. Alright, so we've got the Forest Hill Road, and we thought it was going to be this end, but it's not. It's going to be right down the other end, so you've got about 100 houses to walk past before we get to it. Right, so it's rather a walk down, but we've got a cemetery here on the left hand side, which you've got to think that maybe some of the characters this guy played might have hung around in. Well, you know, one of the characters he played was well known for procuring bodies to sew together. But here's the cemetery.
I'll let the cars come out first.
Alright, so we found the location, and rather interestingly, it's above a fish and chip shop. Fish and Kebabs, Seamaster, number 34. Let's just get some footage of it quickly. Go, William Henry Pratt, alias Boris Karloff, 1887 to 1969, actor, was born here. So there you go, the famous actor, the horror actor, the great, played Frankenstein, was in Bride of Frankenstein, in a movie called The Black Cat. What else did he do? Loads of stuff, I can't remember now. I'll have to look at my notes, but it's a bit awkward to show the comic books here, so maybe we'll go back to the cemetery and show them there, I'm not too sure. William Henry Pratt, born 23rd of November 1887, was known professionally as Boris Karloff and occasionally billed as Karloff the Uncanny. He was an English actor. His portrayal of Frankenstein's monster in the horror film Frankenstein 1931 was his 82nd film, and it established him as a horror icon. Now, I said I made a joke earlier on when I was walking along that I thought he played the actual Dr. Frankenstein, but he didn't. He played the monster, of course, and he reprised the role later on when he played in Bride of Frankenstein in 1935 and Son of Frankenstein in 1939. He also appears as Imhotep the Mummy in 1932. He also voiced the Grinch, as well as narrating the animated television special of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas in 1966, which won him a Grammy Award. And aside from his numerous film roles, he was 174 films, Karloff acted in many live stage plays and appeared on dozens of radio and television programmes as well. For his contribution to film and television, Karloff was awarded 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on the 8th of February 1960. Karloff returned to live in England in 1959 and died on the 2nd of February 1969. His body was cremated following a requested modest service at Guildford Crematorium in Godalming in Surrey, where he was commemorated by a plaque in the Garden of Remembrance. A memorial service was held at St Paul's Covent Garden, the Actors' Church in London, where there was also a plaque. Okay, so we thought about going to the cemetery, but then we decided we'll go to the pub because we've just had a bit of a walk up some hills, and so I could have shown Frankenstein comics, of course. I could have shown The Black Cat because he was in a movie called The Black Cat. I could have shown The Grinch, but I haven't got any Grinch ones. But I'm going to show you Boris Karloff Tales of Mystery instead. This is my birthday book from September 1969, so this came out 7 months after he died. Yeah, Tales of Mystery, the mind monster, a creature as terrifyingly real as the hatred that spawned it. So there you go. Got a nice 15 centre. The Siddiqui's Master, the Duplicates, 5 Steps in Time, and the Elevator. So they're all nice painted covers. I haven't got that many of these Boris Karloff ones. I wish I had more, but you know, maybe as time goes on I'll get more. Right, here's one that Rayman the Silencer Man sent me. This was an AOK he sent me a few years back. The evil that lurked in the forest was deadlier than the evil in their hearts. They're Gold Key comic books. And on the back, for both man and monster, it's been a hard day's work. They're not super scary or nothing like that, but they're quite cool tales. This one's got a cool cover on it. Within the monster's death grip, the gladiator is reborn. There you go. Nice bit of Boris Karloff action. And then we have the last one I've got. One of you died last night. Which one was it? So there you go. And then you can see, hopefully, you're getting a close-up of Boris Karloff in the corner there. So that's been Comics on Location. We've been to visit Boris Karloff's plaque, blue plaque of where he was born, here in, was it Penn? No, it was
Peckham.
Peckham, Wallace Peckham, wasn't it? But it was on Forest Hill Road. So it wasn't too long a walk, and definitely earned this cider though. Anyway, there'll be more Comics in Location in the future. If you want to make your own Comics on Location, feel free to tag me in them so I can see where you've been, and hopefully you'll check out more of these in the future. Cheerio, and thank you to Lisa, my camera woman. During the run of Thriller, Karloff lent his name and likeness to a comic book for Gold Key Comics based upon the series. It only ran for 2 issues before the Thriller TV show was cancelled. The comic was retitled Boris Karloff's Tales of Mystery. An illustrated likeness of Karloff continued to introduce each issue of the publication for more than a decade after his death. The comic ran for 97 issues, finally finishing in February 1980. Boris Karloff also starred in The Mask of Fu Manchu in 1932, and Marvel Comics fans may remember that Fu Manchu is the name of Shang-Chi's father in the comic books.
Do you believe in ghosts?
This is the night when fear and horror walk hand in hand.
This is Black Sabbath.
Starring the incomparable Boris Karloff, the personable Mark Damon, and lush and lovely women, even though one is from the netherworld, a vampire, a Burdelac. Black Sabbath, as ancient as superstition, as modern as the telephone.
How nice you look with that towel around you. You always did have a beautiful body. Beautiful. A body to drive someone crazy.
Who are you? Who?
Black Sabbath. The bare truth about the unbelievable, such as the brilliant beauty of a priceless jewel that holds within the body of a buzzing fly a vengeful woman's murderous spirit. Only on the 7th night of the 7th full moon can the living see the lifeless undead.
I am hungry.
Is he man or vampire? An adventure into black magic that goes beyond the boundaries of the supernatural. And a man's devoted love is welcomed by a woman's deadly lust for his blood.